Hello, this is Ascons. So, recently there was a thread made on the North American forums talking about how accurate the CVs are now that the AI has been kind of made to work on them. They can accurately hit with rockets and bombs and torpedoes. And there were some players that were saying that the rockets are too hard to dodge. So I decided to make a little video kind of talking about how the rocket mechanics work and what you can do. So the enemy CV will know that an enemy player is here. It's going to send rocket planes that'll come after us. They'll know roughly the location we're in. But I've found that outside of the initial strike, I really do need to... we need to be spotted for the enemy CV to correctly generate like where to place the reticle. So I'll be firing in the water to try to give us try to give the CV a visual here, and I'm just gonna go straight so we can see what the CV does. Sometimes they miss a little low, sometimes it's dead on, but we're just not even gonna turn. They're going 40 knots. And let's observe when the planes split. That's at 2.2. 2.2 is when they split, and we can see fairly large reticle. Took a decent chunk of damage there. So 2.2 kilometers on the Lexington is going to be the thing that we need to remember, because that's when we're going to be altering our course. The US CV has about a 3.5 second lead time, so we have a 3.5 second difference that we're going to need to do. 2.2, be about there, so we can slow and turn out. Ooh, that's going to be close. But it is a juke, and we are still capping. Once again, 2.2 is the magic number. That's where we're going to be looking to juke. And we could even start turning a little before that if we want to. And we'll see if we can take this cap. And in a previous video that I did for the Shokaku... there we go, sorry. I have to tell it where I am. I'm going to do a turn out and turn back. I'm going to do an S-turn. Start at 2.4. And then swing out, but the reticle is much wider. We do actually get hit. That's going to be resets. Now let's try this from rest.
On fire. Problem solved, sir.
See if we can do this from rest. CV should know where we are, but again, 3.5 second lead time. The Shokaku was able to strike us from rest. Let me pop on the engine boost. And having a more responsive shot, even though they're starting from further away, I don't know if we'll be able to juke this. Also, because the reticle is going to be wider. Oh, we did juke that. And we probably get this capped. Yes, we do. So we're going to head over to B. Let's go ahead and we'll do another from rest. We're spotted. Coming in, 2.2 is the magic number. Let's start around 2.4. There we go. And I can turn away from that shot, which there's tons and tons of distance between us and the rockets. No problems there. The US reticle is larger than the Japanese reticle. It's like sort of medium size. British reticles are the largest, so they're a little more shotgunny. But because of the larger reticle, it means that if there are any outlier rockets, outlier shells, that could be an issue. Coming in, we start to move around 2.6. Oh yeah. So the shot's taken at 2.2, and the slight delay, 2.6 to 2.2, that 0.4, is enough for us to really generate a pretty significant amount of distance between where the shot is theorized by the AI and where we will end up being. That could be affected by a bit of server lag or server delay. Maybe that breaks in our favor, but that's also going to be a thing that would affect a player as well. So let's look for about 2.6. And we can cut in this time. That being said, if we cut in, we might experience shots in the superstructure, but nope, perfectly okay there. I think we've got this one capped, no problem. Yeah.
Engine boost deactivated.
Let's just try stopping at around 2.6, 2.8 kilometers. I would assume, it looks super close. Yeah, could have been us. It straddled the ship, so just stopping is not going to generate enough difference. There's also going to need to be some kind of lateral movement, and because the shot is going to be a broadside shot, it'll be placed in the water. We do want to kind of move around or away. Go ahead and reveal ourselves. Magic number's 2.2. We're going to start evading around 2.6. We're slowing down to put the reticle further out in front, and we're also deviating off of the shot path. And pretty much it looks like there's just about nothing that the CV is going to be able to do to get its rockets to actually hit us, because we understand what the CV is doing for the shot and what we need to do to be able to avoid it. So we'll finish by capping A, and then I'll go ahead and make a third video, which is about the Implacable, which is going to be the British CV, which will have the fastest, most responsive rockets, with also the largest reticle. So theoretically, that might be the hardest to juke. Now I started around 2.4 there, so we might actually take a hit. I think we will. That looks like good enough for government work.
Engine damage.
That's some stuff broken. I don't know if I took any damage, but it did knock some things out, so our damage on is down. So a little late on the juke. Just 0.2 seconds was enough to significantly increase the chance of this CV from making it happen. So I saw 2.7 flashed, and no, that's completely not a chance. Because all the CV's doing is just forecasting where are you going at what speed, this is where I need to put the reticle. And a human player technically has to do the same thing. If we choose not to give a broadside target, the CV will attempt to get a broadside, but will also come in and take the shot it's given. Which, similar to a human player, eventually you're just going to be like, whatever, I'm going to do it. And when you get within a certain distance, the CV will simply charge you. 2.8. Yeah, and there's just no way. So, that's going to be Benson versus Lexington. I'm going to do the Implacable next. I hope this was helpful.